Well, I am so lucky because I just about lost my drone. I actually hit one of the cables for the cable car crossings. Just nicked it with one propeller, and man, I'm lucky it was still flying, but I could feel that it was unstable, so I brought it back. I'm so freaking lucky that it didn't crash. We made it. Chimborazo, baby. Can't remember the last time I've been in a treehouse.
My name is Mac, and this is my motorbike Mula. Together, we're going on an adventure far away from home.
This is the hardest ride of my life.
From Canada to the bottom of the world, through South America, this is my journey to Ushuaia.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Overlanding Through Ecuador. And this morning we left the town of Salinas de Guaranda. Well, you can't see it at the moment, but we're very close to one of the most magnificent features of this country, and that is Volcan Chimborazo. The plan today is actually kind of crazy, a little bit complicated, but we're gonna ride up as close as we can to Chimborazo, which is gonna take us to about 4,500 meters altitude. And then the plan from there is to actually backtrack slightly north and go to the town of Baños de Agua Santa. The town of Baños de Agua Santa is actually known for plenty of waterfalls. They have river rafting, they have beautiful hikes. They're very close to the Amazon, so we'll be dropping massive elevation from Chimborazo, and we'll get a nice breath of fresh air after that.
After 2 years and 8 months slowly making our way down south, it's safe to say I've ridden through some incredible places, but this would be a first. Getting up close and personal with the magnificent Volcan Chimborazo, and as luck would have it, the skies were perfectly clear, rewarding Mula and me with incredible views of the volcano from every angle.
Buenos días, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, gracias. Por favor, ayúdenme guiando la moto.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the wind's died down. We have a moment to record. Behind me is the magnificent Chimborazo in all its glory. We got lucky. It was super foggy a few minutes ago, but they've moved through. We're at roughly 4,500 meters elevation, and behind me at that peak at 6,000 meters elevation is the highest point on Earth, even higher than Everest. Even though Everest is higher elevation, where we are on the equator in the bulge, it gives Chimborazo a bit of a head start. So that is the highest point on Earth. You're actually closer to outer space than you are to the ocean from the peak. What an amazing thing. Just a magnificent feature here in Ecuador. And I'm stoked to have made it. And it's about as close as we can get to Chimborazo. We're not allowed to drive the last little dirt route to the final refuge. So yeah, we made it. Chimborazo, baby.
With Chimborazo checked off my list of sights to see while traveling through Ecuador, it was time to make our way to Baños, and as we rode away, we were able to marvel one last time at the beautiful and majestic sight that is Chimborazo. However, trying to put a sticker up in these heavy winds was proving to be quite a challenge in itself, but in the end, we managed to leave our mark. Now it's finally time to drop some elevation and, more importantly, warm up, because right now, my hands are absolutely freezing.
I have to pee so bad. So about an hour ago, we were at 15,000 feet. Now we've dropped down to 8,500. And I think we're gonna keep dropping down until we get to Baños.
The ride into Baños was incredible. The landscape began to transform from high alpine mountains into lush jungle, with rivers winding through the valley below. Unfortunately, the traffic isn't exactly a highlight of this region, so I'll spare you the boring bits and get straight to our arrival in Baños.
Okay, we made it to the Casa Verde Eco Lodge. Mula is all safe. And I want to show you a little tour of this place because it's incredible. So this is where we eat breakfast. Breakfast is included. Look at this cool hammock circle, the fire pit, and then the river flowing in the background. Here's the room. Big old bed. Bathroom. Oh, we have a hammock. Let's see, we have a balcony. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that? We have a private balcony with a hammock and a view. How cool is that? So my plan for the rest of today is there's 2 waterfalls really close by that I can check out. But I need to eat something, so I might order something from the cafeteria just to get something in me. And then for dinner, I think he recommended an Indian restaurant, and I love Indian food, so totally gonna go there. And then tomorrow I'll check out 3 waterfalls, 3 main waterfalls that you need to see when you're in Banos. So that's been my plan. Pretty amazing place, and it only costs $25 a night for this room, with this balcony and this view, with breakfast included. I'm glad I came here. Well, we made it to Baños, and I'm wasting no time. We're already at our first waterfall. Well, actually, this is the third. There was one that we saw up there. It actually feeds into this one, which is called Cascada al Silencio. And then just up the trail a bit is Cascada Ulba. So 3 cascadas within like 10 minutes, crazy. This place is loaded, just full of cascadas.
Our second day in Baños, I took Mula out bright and early and rode over to one of the region's most prominent attractions, El Pailon del Diablo, an incredible waterfall tucked away in the lush jungle.
This bridge is a little bit sketchy. It's because it's steep. But my God. Yeah, the scenery is incredible. So far, I'd say this actually is exceeding my expectations, even though I saw what it looked like. It's way more magnificent in person. Holy cow. Look at that. The sheer force. I don't think I've ever been this close to a waterfall this powerful. It's kind of scary. I think we're just about as close as you can get to El Pailon. I mean, from that corner over there, you can basically touch it. I was getting wet, but that's crazy. I've never been so close to such a powerful, magnificent waterfall. This has got to be one of the best waterfalls I've ever seen. Probably, definitely in my top 3. Wow, so beautiful.
Right next to Pailon might be one of the best situated cafes in the world. With its warm and cozy atmosphere and incredible views of the waterfall through the floor to ceiling glass windows, it was easily one of the most unique cafe experiences I'd ever had. Making the detour north was turning out to be the right decision. This place, Baños, it's full of energy, surrounded by lush nature and home to countless waterfalls. And this one, Pailon del Diablo, is one of the most impressive, with the Pastaza River plunging through a narrow canyon and creating this incredible waterfall. The name literally translates to Devil's Cauldron. It's an 80-meter waterfall carved deep into volcanic rock by the Rio Verde. Despite the hundreds of waterfalls I've seen on this trip, Pailon would easily rank my top 3. For me, there's no better way to recharge and feel at peace with myself than being surrounded by places like this.
All right, we're down at the bottom. Very, very close to Cascada La Novia, and this will be probably the last cascada of the day, I think. It's starting to get into the late afternoon.
Throughout my journey, I've had the privilege of witnessing some truly incredible waterfalls with my own eyes, but I never take it for granted. These natural wonders never seem to get old, and I have a deep respect for every single one I'm fortunate enough to witness along the way. Baños would end up being yet another solo experience, giving me the chance to reconnect with nature, myself, and recharge my batteries before setting off once again. Sometimes when flying the drone, it's easy to get carried away, marveling at the beauty around you, and that's when simple mistakes can happen. Luckily for me, luck decided to give me a second chance.
Well, I am so lucky because I just about lost my drone. I actually hit one of the cables for the cable car crossings. Just nicked it with one propeller, and man, I'm lucky it was still flying, but I could feel that it was unstable, so I brought it back.
Near the end of the day, there was one last obligatory stop in Baños, La Casa del Árbol, or the treehouse. Perched high in the mountains above Baños, this little treehouse is home to the famous Swing at the End of the World, which hangs over the edge of the valley at around 2,600 meters above sea level.
Can't remember the last time I've been in a treehouse. Pretty cool. you got the people swinging below. Incredible view up here.
And with views like this, it's not hard to see why it's become one of Baños' most iconic attractions. I was feeling completely recharged and content with my time in Baños, and by the next morning, I'd be ready to continue my journey south once again. I hope you're enjoying following the journey as much as I am living it. Until the next one, have a great week, and thanks for coming along for the ride.